What is up, Twitch and or YouTube? Are you ready for another 100 days of, oh god, another 100 days, another 100 Hanzi in one day, and hopefully another 500 in the next 5 days. It's also New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. If anybody is interested in that, I'm going to a party tonight, so it's very likely that tomorrow might be a rest day or maybe just a review day, but we'll see how it goes. Ideally, I don't want to skip a day. But anyway, let's get straight into it. I've already done some of the reviews. I realized because they're all new, they're coming back in like 2 to 4 hours anyway. All the new ones are anyway. So unless I sort of call them very easy or sort of say they're hard and then easy again, they'll just come back overnight. So I thought I'd check them a few times a day and sort of try and move them on to the next day at least, but we'll see. Anyway, I believe this is winter. Reminds me of a pair of skis there and legs on top, so that's pretty easy. And this is just one, the ones for the seasons you just see all the time everywhere anyway. Heaven. Used in weather and stuff like that quite a lot. Oh, wow. That just feels really rude. That is almost exactly the same. To die early. I guess it kind of looks like heaven. Okay. I'm going to get this wrong a few times, but it doesn't really give the stroke order there as well. I feel like it's going to make a bigger difference than I realise. Maybe I can find it in here. Well, here we go. And I guess heaven, maybe that top one goes the other way. Yeah, okay, so that's the difference. It's a sort of reverse stroke, or right to left stroke anyway. Okay, and to die young. So they call it a little drop. Top stroke of the dog. But let's just call that it. And again, and see if we get confused by it. So that's interesting. So is this a die young or is this a heaven? It is a die young. Probably done that wrong the whole time I've seen this then. Is this a bridge? Pretend. So angels is what they call this sort of mouth die young top bit. Belt and mouth, I don't really like that. Angels. What is that bottom one? Same. Let's see if I can find that. Oh wow. Does it even mean pretend? Oh, I'm in character components. Oh, this is everywhere. Does it not? Oh, this is. I'm searching for character components. That's probably why. Tool. No sentences. Good. Good. Pretend a tree with a tall trunk. swear words. It's a bit rough, but let's just go with it, just in case the other stories that follow are the same. I think we called that helmet before. The angel pretends to be a silly human wearing a helmet. The angel pretends to be a silly human wearing a helmet. The angel pretends to be a silly human wearing a helmet. The angel pretends to be a silly human wearing a helmet. The angel pretends to be a silly human wearing a helmet. Die young. The dog dies young. Dropping off a cliff. Something like that. Wooden pretend. I think this is a bridge. I think we just saw it anyway. Let's say the tree bends over and pretends to be a bridge. The tree bends over and pretends to be a bridge. The tree bends over and pretends to be a bridge. The tree bends over and pretends to be a bridge. The tree bends over and pretends to be a bridge. Woman, exquisite, attractive. The angel pretends to be an attractive woman. 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 Stand. Water stand. Cry. Tears. Yeah. Stand. Fortune telling. Station. Kind of station. Train station. Oh. Okay. This station is a place you can stand and get your fortune told while you wait. This station has a place you can stand and get your fortune told while you wait. This station has a place where you can stand and get your fortune told while you wait. This station has a place where you can stand and get your fortune told while you wait. This station has a place where you can stand and get your fortune told while you wait. Stand early. Stand up early and start to read the next chapter of your book before you stand up early and start to read the next chapter of your book before you go. Stand up early and start to read the next chapter of your book before you go. Stand up early and start to read the next chapter of your book before you go. Stand up early and start to read the next chapter of your book before you go. Stand up early and start to read the next chapter of your book before you go. I compete. Two brothers vie for attention, balancing vases on their heads. Two brothers vie for attention. Stand, crown. Gosh, that looks so familiar. What is that? The sovereign stands up from his throne, wearing nothing but a crown and a towel. The sovereign stands up from his throne, wearing nothing but a towel and his crown. The sovereign stands up from his throne, wearing nothing but a crown and a towel. Juveniles stand on their computers and break them. Bell? When a juvenile hears the bell ring, it's time to go to class. Stand up early and start reading the next chapter of your book. Stand. He falls through. What is it? A sail? Making a sail? Salesman. Stands on his helmet and offers deals on great sales. The salesman stands on his helmet. The salesman stands on his helmet and offers great deals. The salesman stands on his helmet and offers great deals. The salesman stands on his helmet and offers great deals. The salesman stands on his helmet and offers great deals. 85. What is that? Stand on. So on the road, if you see, what if that's someone standing on a vase or something, give a distance. It's an antique, yes. Okay. Antique, old, vase. Antiques. Roadshow is suitable for all ages. Antiques Roadshow is suitable for all ages. Antiques Roadshow, suitable for all ages. Antiques Roadshow is suitable for all ages. Antiques. Roadshow is suitable for all ages. Antiques. Roadshow suitable for all ages. Antiques. Roadshow suitable for all ages. Antique Taskmaster. Taskmaster became my enemy when he smashed my wife's antique. The Taskmaster became my enemy when he smashed my wife's antique. Taskmaster became my enemy when he smashed my antiques. Taskmaster became my enemy when he smashed my antiques. Spoon. North. Stature. Seneca. Back. Okay. It's so cold up north. Fleshy. Back. Hunches and is weak. It's so cold up north, your fleshy back hunches and gets weak. It's so cold up north, your fleshy back hunches and gets weak. It's so cold up north, your fleshy back hunches and gets weak. So cold up north, your fleshy back hunches and gets weak. Antiques Roadshow is suitable for all audiences. My Taskmaster became my enemy. Investigate. Scientist investigates the tree which only grows at daybreak. Compare. Compare these two spoons. Or descendants. Can spend all day preparing photos of their descendants. Water. Is this mingle? Mix? Compare white. All. All. Back. If you go up north, the cold will make your fleshy back hunch over. Stop spoon. Stop spooning females. No. Spoon. Stop. Stop spooning. This one. Just this. And spoon like this. I guess this one isn't really used, but maybe it'll help with other ones. Stop. Try a spoon of this. 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 This too. Hey, someone. These are always hard to make stories for. What? change this to some maybe, or a few. Those two tourists stop and buy a few spoons. Okay, a few. Those two tourists stop and buy a few spoons. Those two tourists stop and buy a few spoons. Those two tourists stop and buy a few spoons. Those two tourists stop and buy a few spoons. Those two tourists stop and buy a few spoons. Those two tourists stop and buy a few spoons. Stop with a spoon of this. Roof spoon. Oh my god. These are very, I don't know what the word is. I call them stop words. They're just like hard to understand. Who wants it? Now you are home. Eat this off the spoon. Try it. Now you are home. Eat this off the spoon. Try it. Now you are home. Eat this off the spoon. Try it. Now you are home. Eat this off the spoon. Try it. Now you are home. Eat this off the spoon. Try it. Spoon day. Spoon day. Purpose of spoon day is to eat everything with spoons. The purpose of spoon day is to eat everything with spoons. The purpose of spoon day is to eat everything with spoons. The purpose of spoon day is to eat everything with spoons. Flesh spoon day, flesh purpose. Grease. I think we use this in here. Purpose of fat. I don't know how I'm going to remember the fleshy bit, but we'll see. The purpose of fat is to make things fleshy. The purpose of fat is to make things delicious. The purpose of fat is to make things delicious. The purpose of fat is to make things delicious. Let's change that to be called fat as well. Purpose of fat is to make things delicious. Try it. Now that you're home, try it off this spoon. It's the purpose of spoon day is to use all your spoons. Is that mama? Something laying down. That's what I call that. Every good mother makes sure her child can lie down before she can. Every good mother makes sure the child can lie down before she can. Every good mother makes sure their child can lie down before she can. Every good mother makes sure they can lie down before their child can. Every tree. Small plum. Is it a small plum tree or is it just a small plum? Plum plum power. I haven't seen this in the other one. This is like the plum in Umeboshi. So, great, small plum. Okay. Mother tree is a small plum tree. Every other tree came from it. The other tree is a small plum tree. Every other tree came from it. The mother tree is a small plum tree. Every other tree came from it. Every water. Every drop of water will return to the sea. Every drop of water will return to the sea. Every drop of water will return to the sea. Every fish lying down. Lying down, Captain Hook is begging to be spared from the crocodile. Lying down, Captain Hook is begging to be spared from the crocodile. Lying down, Captain Hook is begging to be spared from the crocodile. Open your mouth and beg. Eat. Open your mouth and beg for something to eat. Open your mouth and beg for something to eat. Open your mouth and beg for something to eat. Open your mouth and beg for something to eat. Open your mouth and beg for something to eat. Morning. It's begged for. In the morning. Drink dry. Dry. The morning mist is begged for. When it's dry, the morning mist is begged for. When it's dry, the morning mist is begged for. When it's dry, the morning mist is begged for. When it's dry, the morning mist is begged for. Every drop of water will return to the sea. Captain Hook is laying down, begging for his life from the crocodile. Cloak. Lying down, day. Duplicate. The magician took his cloak, laid it down. The magician took his cloak, laid it down, folded it back to duplicate it. The magician took his cloak, laid it down and doubled it back to duplicate it. The magician took his cloak, laid it down, doubled it back to duplicate it. The magician took his cloak, laid it down, doubled it back to duplicate it. When it's dry, the morning mist is begged for. flesh doubles back. Is it abdomen? Abdomen is the part of flesh that doubles back. Next or lack? Next. No. This person with 2 arms and 2 legs but lacks a head. Person with 2 arms and 2 legs but lacks a head. Person with 2 arms and 2 legs that lacks a head. This is yawn. Oh. Blowing makes your mouth like air. Blowing makes your mouth like air. Blowing makes your mouth like air. Can. Lack. The can lacks a song. 2 arms, 2 legs but lacks a head. Say this. Words on the road don't need this. It is a road. Car lacks softness. Ice lacks. This store lacks ice. Let's go to the next one. This store lacks ice. Let's go to the next one. This store lacks ice. Let's go to the next one. This store lacks ice. Let's go to the next one. This store lacks ice. Let's go to the next one. Next. Money, currency. Assets are the next best thing to money. 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 When you blow, your mouth likes air. Next woman, jealous. Woman always looks up to the next woman's looks as well. A woman always looks up to the next woman's looks. A woman always looks up to the next woman's looks. A woman always looks up to the next woman's looks. This store lacks ice. Let's go to the next one. Say. Next. Call on. Consult with. Big words with the next mouth. Next to money. Assets are the next best thing. Money. Stand. Mouth, money. Muzzles, bribe. Compensation is money you give someone to shut them up. Compensation is money you give someone to shut them up. Compensation is money you give somebody to shut them up. Cultivate is when you sort of muzzle and tame the land. Let's call that one easy. Stand, day. Yeah. If you were standing on the sun, you'd make a sound. If you're standing on the sun, you'd make a sound. If you're standing on the sun, you'd make a sound. If you're standing on the sun, you'd make a sound. woman look up at the next woman's lips. Day, sound, dark. When the sun explodes, there would be a giant sound and everything would plunge into darkness. I'm a sound employee at the rhyme factory. Rhyme. A sound employee at the rhyme factory. A sound employee at the rhyme factory. Money, compensate. Words. What's that sound? Party. Like this is like the difficulty in hearing someone when it's noisy. Discerning. Knowledge might make a bit more sense there. Renshi, to know. Recognize, know, understand. Getting knowledge of what's going on at the party requires separating the sounds from the words. Getting knowledge of what's going on at the party requires separating the sounds from the words. Getting knowledge of what's going on at the party requires separating the sounds from the words. Getting knowledge of what's going on at the party requires separating the sounds from the words. Dark. First there's the sun, then there's a loud noise, and then suddenly there's darkness. Tell, sound, party. Streamer. Okay. Call it a flag, maybe? Check out the flags made from towels in directions to the party. To get knowledge of the party, separate words, stand. Standing legs. Standing legs. Sound legs. Finally. To be finally here. When you hear the sound of the bell, classes finally over. Let's see. Good. When you hear the sound of the bell, class is finally over, you can get up and leave. When you hear the sound of the bell, class is finally over, you can get up and leave. Follow the flags made of towels to the party. Now we're close, you can hear the sounds too. Gold, gold, stand, finally. Nice. It's a better story anyway. The spoiled girl has a golden mirror in which she can stand all day looking at her legs. The spoiled girl has a golden mirror in which she can stand all day looking at her legs. The spoiled girl stands looking in her golden mirror all day looking at her legs. The spoiled girl stands looking in the mirror all day at her legs. Dirt boundary. You just keep the same one. Girl stands at the boundary all day. Her legs are afraid to cross the line in the dirt. The girl stands at the boundary all day. Her legs afraid to cross the line in the dirt. The girl stands at the boundary all day. Her legs afraid to cross the line in the dirt. The girl stands at the boundary all day. Her legs afraid to cross the line in the dirt. The girl stands at the boundary all day. Her legs afraid to cross the line in the dirt. The girl stands at the boundary all day. Her legs afraid to cross the line in the dirt. Coffin. Deceased, easy. Girl stands all day looking in her golden mirror at her legs. Did I blind? Did I blind? Dead woman delusion. Absurd. Let's keep that the same. I can get away with it. A delusional woman carried her dead husband back home, hoping he will come back to life. Dead flesh, king, ambition. Oh. It's to hope. And that's okay. Your dead meat buddy. Your dead meat buddy. I will be king of ninja. I have ambition. I expect to be king of ninja. Your dead meat buddy. I expect to be king of the ninja. Your dead meat buddy. I expect to be king of the ninja. Your dead meat buddy. I expect to be king of the ninja. Your dead meat buddy. I expect to be king of the ninja. Direction. Flesh, dirt. This is a recap. Flesh, dirt. My belly is full of moon dirt. Woman, direction. What is this? I feel like it's scary for some reason. The woman floats in a spooky direction. To hinder or no harm. Disturb, hinder. This one always confused me because I put like the woman flies up in direction, but that kind of made me always think that the woman was above it. Hinder. Direction to hinder. My Hanzi study, how about that? That's pretty cool. A woman comes in my direction to hinder my kanji study. A woman comes in my direction to hinder my kanji study. A woman comes in my direction to hinder my kanji study. A woman comes in my direction to hinder my kanji study. A woman comes in my direction to hinder my kanji study. A woman comes in my direction to hinder my kanji study. Direction taskmaster. Direction taskmaster. Direction taskmaster. Go in any direction away from your taskmaster when you are released. Let's see. I've got full kanji, but I kind of like that story. Yeah, set free is good. Go in any direction away from your taskmaster when you are set free. Go in any direction away from your taskmaster when you are set free. Go in any direction away from your taskmaster when you are set free. Water, white, direction. I have quite a good one for this. Violent, excite. Shows it like a sort of ferocious Yeah, fierce, violent. Let's take what I've got here. No, it's not quite right. I like the story. Water splashes on the white beach. Nobody around in all directions except his victim, the taskmaster, can get excited by how doesn't really feel right because it sort of seems quite kind. I guess here, like everything is, it's sort of like an excitement more than a violence. Maybe we can just say nobody around in all directions. The taskmaster gets excited by his peaceful holiday. It's a bit nicer. See if I remember that. The water splashes on the white beach. There's nobody around in all directions, and the taskmaster is happy to be excited to be on holiday. White beach, nobody around in all directions. The taskmaster is excited to be on holiday. Any direction. One comes in my direction to hinder my kanji study. Direction taskmaster. When the taskmaster releases you, run in any direction. Whoa. Direction. Umbrella 2. What the hell does that mean? Vis-a-vis. I don't even know what that means. In, at, or on. I might have to Google this. The locative particle. What the flip? What am I reading? Why isn't there a blog post? I think this is the same particle in simplified. So maybe we can find this. Particle. Shouldn't Google that particle membrane. The propositional word. Okay. So it looks like it's like this is xi for at. Okay. All-purpose preposition. Preposition. To introduce an object. That's really hard. I guess this is one that I'll probably just learn when I actually do some grammar lesson around it though. All-purpose preposition. The waves crash in on the white beach. There's nobody around in all directions, and the taskmaster is excited to be on holiday. Stand, crown, direction. Stand, crown, direction. I'm going to take a little break after this one. Yeah, I haven't got anything. Okay, I'm going to take a break real quick. Be right back. Alright, we are back. Sorry about that. Right. Good friend will stay by your side no matter what direction you go or the crown you salute. Let's swap those around so the order's actually the order they come in. Let's salute or the direction you go. Good friend will stay by your side no matter the crown you salute or the direction you go. Good friend will stay by your side no matter the crown you salute or the direction you go. Yeesh. Don't like to go. Direction. This is that particle. Preposition particle or something. That's messed up. Okay, stand. Good friend will stand by your side no matter the crown you salute or the side you take, the direction you go. Umbrella, older brother. But oh, it's that one. It's not an umbrella then. Oh, that's not there. Got this one. I don't like those. They don't look like horns to me. Oh. My older brother converted to Satanism. Converted to Satanism. Got some monkey horns. Just keep that in and then hopefully that'll help me remember. My older brother converted to Satanism and got some wonky horns. My older brother converted to Satanism and got some wonky horns. My older brother converted to Satanism and got some wonky horns. My older brother converted to Satanism and got some wonky horns. Flesh convert. Undress. Wish there was something there that would help me remember convert, but let's see. Only teenagers love to undress bodies. Words. Only teenager. Speak. This is sure. To talk. I guess it's going to show up here. 469 as well, nice. The horny teenager never stops speaking. 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 The horny teenager converts to Satanism and gets funky horns. This horn is formerly the artist formerly known as Prince was seen on television. The artist formerly known as Prince was seen on television. The artist formerly known as Prince was seen on television. The artist formerly known as Prince was seen on television. The artist formerly known as Prince was seen on television. Say, the horny teenager speaks. Dirt, television, formerly dirt. Prices always increase for land that was formerly cheaper. Money, formerly. Maybe a present of. To give as a present. Let's call it to gift. To gift. To gift money. It should formerly be yours. 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 Formerly, Prince was on TV. Land that was formerly cheap is always more expensive. Increases east. Bridge pole. Building. She's building. House. Buildings should face east. Sunlight. I don't know if that's true. Wooden buildings should face east for sunlight. Wooden buildings should face east for sunlight. Wooden buildings should face east for sunlight. To gift money, it should formerly be yours. Ice east frozen. Oh. What is that? I'd call that a scorpion. Okay. So pincers, but also its tail. Scorpion can attack its pincers, but also its tail. Scorpion can attack with its pincers, but also its tail. Woman, also scorpion. Any woman can act. Let's just say woman who is a scorpion. That woman, she 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 is a scorpion. Building, faces east. Dirt, scorpion ground. Pond, it's full of water scorpions. Whoa, 3 insects. They only give us 1 insect first. Oh, I call that easy. Swarm of insects, because it's a swarm of insects. So they're not like 1 insect. Scorpion can hurt with its pincers, or insects mean snake. Serpent eats insects outside while we eat inside the house with the spoon. Water, each drop of water in LA is sacred. Determined insect. Oh, it's a zoo. Okay. At the zoo, animals eat insect eggs. 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 That woman, she is a scorpion. Wind. Words, wind. Mock. Words floating on the wind. Hanzi. How about that? Words floating on the wind. They are mocking you. Words floating on the wind and they are mocking you. At the zoo, they like to eat insect eggs. S, snake, sign of the self. S for self. S for self. S for self. S for self. Self, taskmaster. To reform a snake, you must be a taskmaster. To reform a snake, you must be a taskmaster. It's not like raising a dog. To reform a snake, you must be a real taskmaster. It's not like raising a dog. To reform a snake, you must be a taskmaster. It's not like raising a dog. Words, self. Scribe writes down the words spoken by a snake. The scribe writes down the words spoken by a snake. A scribe writes down the words spoken by a snake. A scribe writes down the words spoken by a snake. Words floated on the wind and mock you. S for self. Whoa. Oh. Is that the snake or something? It's not even the same sign. That's spooky. Already. This character would be sign of the snake if the last stroke didn't stop short already. This character would be sign of the snake if the last stroke didn't stop short already. This character would be sign of the snake if the last stroke didn't stop short already. To reform a snake, you have to be a real taskmaster. Bind. Right. Bubble. To rouse or get up or something before you begin. To rise, to get up, to begin. Let's see what it's used for. To get up, beginning of a state. Let's call it this then. When walking through the jungle, you may rouse a snake and it begins to get up. When walking through the jungle, you may rouse a snake and it begins to get up. When walking through a jungle, you may rouse a snake and it begins to get up. Through the jungle, you may rouse a snake and it begins to get up. Write down and remember the words said by a snake. Already, this would be sign of the snake if it didn't stop already. House jar. Dirt. Sight. Picnic. Looking for a good location to bury your piggy bank. Under the sun in some soft soil. Looking for a good location to bury your piggy bank. It's under the sun in some soft soil. Looking for a good location. Looking for a good site to bury piggy bank. Water piggy bank. Soup. Just like a piggy bank soup. Hot water. That's used for hot or boiling water too. It's used as a name. Water cut off. Famous piggy bank soup. My hot water cut off. Now I can't make my famous piggy bank soup. My hot water cut off. Now I can't make my famous piggy bank soup. My hot water cut off. Now I can't make my famous piggy bank soup. Hot water cut off. Now I can't make my famous piggy bank soup. That piggy bank site. Sheep. Beautiful big sheep. That beautiful big sheep. Ew. Look at that beautiful big sheep. Water. Sheep. Swift. Ocean. Pacific Ocean. I like that. Pacific Ocean. Fish, sheep. Fresh. Fish, sheep, fresh. Fish, sheep, fresh. Fish, sheep, fresh. Dirt, sheep, accomplished. Reach. To attain, to reach, to accomplish. I think accomplish makes sense here as well. Let's take what we got here, accomplished. The dirty sheep has accomplished a lot in their life. The dirty sheep has accomplished a lot in their life. Wood, sheep, water, a lord or something? Appearance. The appearance of this land is great. Trees, sheep, and water. That's eternity there. The appearance of this land is great. It's got trees, sheep, and endless water. Craft, World of Warcraft, World of Warcraft, World of Warcraft. Difference, mistake. Does that mean one per? This will fall short of quality. The craftsmanship is poor. This will fall short of quality. The craftsmanship is poor. This will fall short in quality. The craftsmanship is poor. This will fall short in quality. The craftsmanship is poor. The appearance of this land is pretty good. Nice trees, sheep, and there seems to be endless water. Oh, I'm done. I feel like it took ages. I was not in the mood for that today, and that was a quick one as well. It was just over an hour. And reviews a lot. Looks like it swells up quite a bit next month. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see how we do, huh? We got pages of this stuff now. Getting there. That's 500 though. That's pretty big. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll see you soon.